Adventure starts with a dream. At least that's what an old wizard who loves ice cream might tell you. Either way, that's where my book series begins. Fantasy lovers, gamers, this is my story, and I want you to be a part of it. Hey everyone, and thanks for joining me. You know, I could ramble on about all the awesome things in my story, but I'm going to narrow it down to the best parts. That way we could jump from one exciting part right to the next. Which brings us to the biggest question. So what is Erifts Journeys, JT? Oh, well, I'm glad you asked. Erifts Journeys is my video game-inspired fantasy book series. Most video game-inspired books you'll see are called lit RPGs, where there's leveling up and stats to keep track of, etc, etc. You're not going to see any of that here. You also have Gamelit, which is a story that is heavily based on a video game, but lacking the RPG elements. This is closer, but not quite. While video games might have heavily inspired everything, Erifts Journeys falls into the urban fantasy category, a modern-day adventure full of magic and cell phones. I always say, Erifts Journeys would make a great video game, especially with all the boss encounters. So what is it about? What's the plot? Well, it follows Joseph Erift and fellow gamer Eric Castus as they are invited to an exclusive event on a tropical resort. This invite, however, turns out to be more than they bargained for and far beyond what they expected. Of course, they aren't the only ones. The series introduces a fun cast of characters to follow. You have the level-headed and average Joseph, his energetic best friend Eric, a mysterious girl who visits Joseph in his dreams, the ever-optimistic James Leah Carnella, the dark and mysterious Ryan Mortar, and a professor who drinks way too much coffee, just to name a few of the main cast. Joseph and Eric will be tasked with traveling to many strange and wonderful locations, meeting new and talented friends, and putting their determination to the test. Thankfully, they'll also develop skills in magic. That was one thing they couldn't plan for when invited to a video game demonstration. Magic is a very important part of Erifts Journeys, and it's divided into two sides. First, you have ivory magic, which is often used to support and protect. Then, there's obsidian magic, which is used to defend and attack. From there, it's divided into 8 different elements: earth, fire, wind, water, light, dark, space, and time. Each of these elements has their own properties and fantastic spells. There's over 100 of them, and don't even get me started on the combos. Just don't cast too many at once, or else you'll run out of energy before you know it. This series was inspired by all the video games I played and the adventures I always wanted to take with my friends growing up. Erifts Journeys might be classified between the middle grade and young adult areas of reading, but trust me, it's for everybody, especially if you love video games. Whether you're young or young at heart, these books were made for anyone who ever dreamed of going off on their own epic journey. Hopefully you're just as excited to start a new adventure as I am. The first book is set to release in the fall of 2021. That's this year, at least at the time of this video. Either way, if you're a fan of video games or epic fantasy adventures, I promise you won't want to miss this. Until then, I'll be posting other videos about the characters, the locations, and all the spells you'll see in the series. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.
Thank you for watching, that's great. Make sure you subscribe. Click on the pickle right there. Can't miss it.
Thanks for watching, everybody.